Loud. Okay, we are recording. Yay. Okay, now we're going to share. I am Joy Markham, and I'm here with my co-host, Jill, with New You Cooking and Consulting. And thank you for being here today. And I'm going to go in and start our PowerPoint. Okay. Back to the start. My apologies. Okay. All right. All right. So we're here today to talk about a wearable light technology. It actually is a patch that tells your body to create GHK copper peptide, which then regenerates your body's stem cells. Let's see here. You may have be aware of other light therapy modalities. There's different devices that you can get that do infrared light on your body. They use light with lasers for surgery. There's infrared saunas and different things. This actually utilizes your body's own heat and light refracted back in a certain wavelength to signal your body to create GHK copper peptide, which then regenerates your body's stem cells. Jill and I are not medical professionals. We are not here to diagnose or treat any of your medical conditions. This is a holistic wellness product with the FDA, and we recommend that you always consult your physician. So, as we age, our repair cells decline. And that's why we look older. That's why it's harder to heal as we age. And by the time we're 35, we've lost 50% of our body's stem cells have gone into hibernation. And by the time we are 60, 90% of them have gone into hibernation. So these patches are made out of organic crystals that are done in a lattice work that reflect back a certain wavelength of light into the body that signals the body, kind of like the sunlight signals the body to create vitamin D. This is a patented technology. It was invented in 2019. It reflects our own body's infrared light that we emit. That's how night vision goggles work. And the patches are worn 12 hours on and 12 hours off because, like exercise, our body needs to have a break. And a couple of the things that are really important is to make sure that you are consistent and make sure that you drink enough water because you need water for movement in your body. You also need water for cell creation. So without having enough water in your body, these patches have a more difficult time working because they're not able to actually create the cells that are necessary for your body to repair. These cells help with pain relief. They help reduce inflammation. They help wounds heal faster. They help with energy and vitality. They help enhance your skin appearance. They help with faster recovery from exercise. They help you have better mental clarity, reverse age. The studies are showing that they reverse age you. They help improve sports performance. There are multiple different athletes who use these to enhance their performance and give them better energy, stamina, and recovery. There are no side effects. They are patented. And there's no drugs or chemicals in the patches, no stimulants, and no drug interactions. So what does it mean when we activate our stem cells? Why is it important to activate the stem cells, to have stem cells in our bodies for repair? So when we were conceived, we were 2 stem cells, that became 4, that became 8, that became 16, and so on and so forth. And the pluripotent stem cells can become any type of repair cell in your body. So it's really super important for our body to actually have these available to us in order to continue to have our vitality and our energy, and also to have repair in our body. They've literally done studies that show that, wearing these patches, having those stem cells come out of hibernation actually reverse HS. And now we're to the part that I really love, where we're going to have some testimonials. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And Sandy, are you on here? Let's see here. Yep, there you are. I'm going to pin you. There you go. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you we can hear you just fine.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
So just want me to start at the beginning?
Yeah, just tell me your patching story. How
Well,
did you find the patches, and what have your results been?
when I got my phone call from Veronique, who'd been using them, and I was just so excited to talk with her. And when she was explaining things, how aging process works, I was like, I'm in, I'm in. So we got ordered the X39, and I waited for those. But before that, she had sent me a sheet that said, fill this out. It shows all your head to toe, your signs, your symptoms, your diagnoses, all these kinds of things, and things that have bothered you, that you can remember. So I went through that, and I had over 40 of these little blips on this piece of paper going, wow, I'm a wreck. And I didn't really feel like a wreck. But when I think about the whole process, I'm 63, and there's days I feel like I'm 73, and there's
Mm,
days I feel like I'm 50. I want to feel younger. And I think this is the way to get there. But some of the things that I was struggling with before these patches, for some of them for years, and since birth, I've had a leg that's shorter than the other. And every now and again, that little puppy will fall out of the socket, believe
mm,
it or not, because I've done so much muscle damage, tendon, ligament to that one leg just over my life, pounding on it because it's the shorter one. It gets a lot of the brunt of the weight of me. And so I've suffered with that for years. I get maybe 8 times a year where it flies out of the socket and it doesn't go back in. It takes
mm,
like a week, and I'm popping ibuprofen, and I'm lame. It's a terrible thing. So that's bothered me. I have there's a hissing, or it feels like air leaking out of my head, and my ears will ring, and bilaterally. It just makes me crazy. I was diagnosed with heavy metals poisoning. I've got eye blindness in both eyes, but diabetic retinopathy in my right eye. I've got the tingling feet. I had back surgery years and years ago, and they said that would be something that's going to bother me forever. And it does. Sometimes it hurts, actually. I have severe foot and leg cramps at night. I'll be out of bed walking marathon trying to get those suckers taken care of. For about 30 plus years, I've had a scar from 2 C-sections and an appendectomy that never really heals.
mm,
So if you can imagine that, so I'll be walking or doing something, all of a sudden I'll feel this horrible pain, and I'll look in the abdomen, and it's red, it's oozy, it's just disgusting. But I just can't. I've had doctors look at it. They just don't even know what to tell me. I mean, they're floored when they see how old this scar is, and that it's still giving me all these problems. But on December 22nd, I got my patches, and I put them on like the diagram showed to do, which was really very helpful, because you're like, where do I put this little teeny tiny band-aid, and where is it going to help me the most? So I just put it like on the back of my neck, down on that little notch. And I'm going to tell you, I saw a lot of testimonials, and some were like, oh, I've tried it for 6 months. And I figure because I'm in my 60s, that's where I'm aiming. But on the fourth day, I got up and I'm like, I was less foggy. I had less brain fog, and I was like, wow, I'm doing really good. The leaking noise in my head is less. I can't say it's gone, but it's less, which I will take at any time. My tingling in my feet stopped about on the third day, and I didn't have any foot and leg cramps. They're starting to slowly, um, they went away completely, but I want them gone because I can feel like a twinge. So I don't know, just more time. I need more time. 4 days wasn't long enough. And so I looked at my scar, and it isn't itching. It isn't red. It isn't doing, it looks beautiful. That abdomen scar that would not heal is looking beautiful. And I feel around that scar, and there's less scar tissue.
Mhm.
So whatever this stuff is, it's like a miracle. And I just think with my eyes, with the eye blindness, now your eyes are very slow healing for most people. And the things, I'd had injections, I'd had the whole thing. But I'm noticing as I'm looking around or driving in the car that I'm not as blind, and it's kind of going away, I think. So I'm just praising God for that. I'm claiming it. So it's been wonderful. And I started putting the patches on our 8-year-old. We have a St. Bernard. So they don't live to be that long. But he's 8, and he's got horrible hip pain and arthritis through his hips. And I've been attaching that X39 like in his collar, facing him, and he's been sleeping fairly well through the night, and he's moving around a little bit more. I'm noticing he's always guarded because he doesn't want somebody to bump into him or whatever, but he's just like his old little self again, wandering through the house. So it's all gone really well. I love these patches. I'm telling you, this is a miracle.
That's amazing. That's amazing stories. I mean, wow. That's
Yeah.
wonderful for you
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the other things on my list that I didn't put on this, I'm just like, I'm waiting. It's gonna
Right,
happen.
right,
It's
right,
slow but sure. Because
right.
the things that I've noticed, this is the things that are really deep that we really need to take care of. It's in there working, do while we're doing the rest of our day and looking at how my hair isn't falling out. My hair's thicker, and I'm like, oh my gosh! But what is it doing in me? It's got to be doing great things. So I'm excited.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I look
You're
forward to
welcome.
continuing to follow your journey. And please come back
Woo-hoo.
and share again sometime soon.
That's great. I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. All right. Okay. So let's see. My computer is not moving the screen. Hold on just a second. Let me try again. Okay. Okay, here we go. Like I said earlier, a lot of sports professionals actually utilize the patches when they are performing, actually, and other times as well. Tom Brady attributes being able to go so long in the NFL to the patches, and Serena and Venus Williams wear them. David Beckham, Michael Phelps, when he won all those golds in the Olympics, actually was wearing the patches. So the Olympic Committee had to check them out, make sure that everything was all good. Um, you know, uh, when right after the patches were incepted, the first patch, Stanford's swim team actually did a study on them, their women's swim team, and they found that 14 out of 15 of the women actually had a personal swim record best within the first 2 weeks of wearing them, and one of them actually made a world record. So if you just are working out for yourself, or if you're working out for competitively, They can work and help you to have a little bit higher edge and a little bit optimal, more optimal performance because you'll be utilizing your body um, to its uh, full benefit. So uh, I wanted to share with you a website that you can go to learn all kinds of information regarding the patches. It's www.startx39now.com. On this website, there is a plethora of information. There's science information about the studies that have been done. There's information on GHK and its age reversal benefits. There's different stories. There's a study that was done regarding X39. They had cardiovascular biomarkers that were tested. And what they found was that after 6 weeks of wearing the X39, participants lowered their cardiovascular age biomarkers by an average of 8 weeks. So for every day that you are wearing the patches, your biomarkers are getting younger by a day and a third. So for every 6 weeks of use, you become 8 weeks younger, which I think is extremely amazing. So I am just getting younger and younger, and I will continue to get to do that, you know, for the rest of my life. So right here, I wanted to show you some study or some people, some examples. We aren't really allowed, or the company isn't really allowed to tell you exactly what these patches do because of FDA regulations, but we can show you. So this gentleman was in a snowboarding accident. You can see day 1 how beat up his face is, and you can see day 5 how healed his face was when he had to go to his interview. The uh, pictures below are actually scar remodeling from surgery. The first picture and the second picture are 1 year apart and how the body healed itself without any patches. The next two pictures are actually a month apart. So you can see how the scar was, and then a month later, how much it's remodeled. This is my friend, John Harmon. He actually looks like an old grandpa in this picture. And then this other picture next to him where he looks young and hot, that's 18 months later. Um, this is Mandy. She, looks like a grandma, and then she looks like the mom. And then when you keep going, she starts looking like the child. So here's décolletage. Somebody with décolletage where they were wearing the patches and their décolletage, they had less wrinkles and everything tightened. This gentleman actually had a birthmark that he was born with that lightened, which I think is a completely amazing thing because, he had lived his life with that, with the birthmark on his face and then was able to actually have it fade. So, um, anyway, these patches also help us with better sleep. I know before I started wearing the patches, I needed 9 or 10 hours of sleep a night in order to function. And then after I wore the patches, now I wake up generally after 7 without an alarm and full of energy and vibrancy. The patches can also help with hair regrowth. They can help with, different dermatology uh, things. Um, this is somebody's bulging disc and cartilage remodeling. This other person had curvature of the spine, and 4 weeks later, you can see the difference in the pictures. The bulging discs, I want to point out the difference in the pictures. That was 18 months. It does take a while for cartilage to regenerate, but it is possible. This is our good friend Marcy Preble. She had 3 types of fast-growing cells, and she was sitting in a recliner waiting to expire. And you can see the difference in 2019, 2020, and 2023. She actually, after 10, somebody gave her 10 days of patches. On the second day, she started tasting the metals from the chemo coming out of her mouth. And then by day 10, she had vitality and was ready to live and take on life again. This is somebody who had burning from radiation. And you can see the timeline. This is June 6th, and then the last picture is June 23rd, and then this is June 30th. This is Brutus, my friend Terry's dog. This was reused patches. So she put her old patches on Brutus. He was blind. And then a week later, this is Brutus, and he's following her around again. So these patches can be utilized for pets. Um, Anyway, and now I want to talk about some different things that you can help with as far as, you can help regenerate knee cartilage. There's different systems that we do or that can be done. I highly recommend the gut regeneration system. What I have figured out with the patches and throughout the time that I've used them and helped other people with their use is that my recommendation now for people is that they do like 10 days to 2 weeks of the X39 and the Eon patch. The X39 helps with regenerating your stem cells, and the Eon actually helps with reducing inflammation so that the stem cells are able to go towards repair instead of reducing inflammation. And what the gut regen system does is after that time, if you do the gut regen system, it actually helps detoxify your gut. It helps reduce the inflammation in your gut. It helps balance your hormones. It helps with any addictions and cravings. And so it allows your body then to actually absorb your nutrients so that you're better able to get your maximum usage of the patches, and they're able to actually work more proficiently. I want to talk to you about the different products and how to get them. This is the X39. The X39 and X49 you can get for $149.95 retail for a 30-day supply, but we recommend doing a wholesale pack so that they're $99.95. That's how we like to sell them. There's supportive patches. The Eon helps with inflammation. The Alavita helps with collagen and helps lengthen your telomeres, helps with brain support, helps decalcify your pineal gland. Ice Wave is a pain blocker one. The supportive patches retail for $79.95 for a 30-day supply. But again, we like to have people get them wholesale. When you get them wholesale, if you buy 3 or more, you get them for $49.95. The ways to purchase, here's the wholesale packages that I was talking about, where the basic package is the core package. It's $295 for the core package, and you get 3 points. So it's good for like one user, a single user. The advanced package is like for a couple or, if you, a couple people using, and that kind of helps people get started with that. The premium package is for like if you're a practitioner or if you have a big, large family. Then we also recommend that you get set up on a monthly subscription order so that you can actually be consistent and continue to actually have your healing process can go on. Right now, there are some great specials. We actually have a person who, if you purchase a core pack, or if you upgrade from a core pack to an advanced pack, or another pack, or you order $198 or more worth of product, then at wholesale pricing, then you actually can, if you send to Jan Rand's email, she will actually send you a free supportive pack. So I highly recommend that, if you have your camera, you take a picture of this, or reach out to us and we can get you the information or write it down, because it's a really great deal right now that's going on. LifeWave also has a fantastic deal where if you buy the YH patches together as a bundle, for a wholesale customer, that would be 149.85 value. Then you get a free energy enhancer pack right now. So in theory, if you bought the YH package and then added one other supportive patch to it, you would be able to get the free energy enhancer plus a free pack from Jan. So really screaming deals right now. Anyway, FDA, because of their regulations, LifeWave cannot advertise to people what these patches actually do. And so they rely on people like me to actually market for them and educate for them, and give us a thank you check for that. And for me, I feel compelled to share because I had a traumatic brain injury, and this actually, after 5 years, gave me back full functionality, and I'm extremely, extremely grateful, and I feel like compelled to share with others, and kind of a little bit guilty if I don't, and like it's a social responsibility for me to share and help other people have less pain and better wellness and quality of life. So, these have a 30-day money back guarantee. So when you order with your first order, if you for some reason decide that you don't want them, I haven't had people take advantage of this before because generally they understand that, you know, with consistent use, these are going to be changing their biomarkers. These are going to be changing different health impacts. They're going to be helping them to have better quality of life for longevity and in the future. But there is a guarantee, so it's risk-free when you purchase. And we also have educational things. Every Monday and Tuesday night, Cami, Tracy, and I, and we're adding Jill in, uh, have patching parties where we let people know about the patches. Monday night is like a 30-minute session, and then we have a question and answer session afterwards. On Tuesdays, we have the info session, and then we have a deep dive session, which we're going to be having here very shortly with Jill. She's going to be sharing on hormones and nutrition and the effects of patching. And she's going to be telling her story about Hashimoto's and how the patches have affected her. And she's actually has a business where she is a nutrition professional, and I'm super excited to hear from her tonight. Wednesday night, Marcy actually has a Zoom meeting as well that you could join at 4. And you can share this with other friends and family or people on the street or whatever, just to let them know, you know, there are different things that they can do for their health and wellness. I know that people all the time, like there will be people in the grocery store and I'm sharing. So anyway, it's totally up to each individual. I just like I said, feel a social responsibility and compelled to share. We also have a special thing coming up where LifeWave has their 2025 Vision Virtual Conference. That's coming up Saturday, January 25th, starting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And Tracy and Cami both have uh, uh, groups where they're going to be opening their house and having a special brunch for people and a watch party. And you can do that. You can join one of those. You can also go online and get set up for having a virtual login yourself so that you can join that. I'm super excited because we're going to be actually learning about the new water system that the inventor David Schmidt has created. And, you know, there's been stories about uh, bones healing within, 24, 48 hours. There's been somebody with major eye problems that they were going blind, having very quick results with it, and multiple other stories. And so I'm really super excited to be learning and hearing more and finding out when is this water machine that looks like a Keurig that sits on your counter, and has water that is the molecular structure is changed and light is infused into it. So I'm super excited to hear more and learn more about that. And now I'm going to give this over to Jill.